a young attorney, eager to look successful, was setting up his first office. One day, as he was unpacking, he heard footsteps coming down the hall. Quickly, he picked up the phone, pretending to be busy, even though he had no phone service. "Let's set up a meeting for tomorrow at 3 p.m., he said, as if he had a full schedule. As the man entered his office, the young lawyer held the phone away from his ear and said, "Yes, may I help you?" The man replied, "I'm with the phone company, here to hook up your phone." This story paints a picture of what we all do at times. We pretend to be successful, busy, righteous, but deep within, we all know there is something real we are searching for: truth, justice, love, and meaning. Imagine living in ancient Judea, a land divided between rich landowners and poor farmers. Life was tough. The land was dry and farming was difficult. The rich had the power and the poor struggled. The country was under foreign rule and things were getting worse. Corruption was rampant and people had little hope. Widows and orphans were especially vulnerable. They had no rights or protection and were starving to death. In times like these, they turned to God for justice because they believed that God showed no special favor. The book of Sirach was written at a time when people were suffering under a Greek ruler, namely Seleucid, about 200 years before the birth of Christ. Sirach reassured them that God would not delay in answering their prayer. "The prayer of the humble pierces the clouds," he said. Though their waiting was long and hard, God's justice would come for the humble and the oppressed. Now in the Gospel of Luke, we see a similar message. Under Roman rules, Jesus tells a story about a Pharisee and a tax collector. Pharisee, wealthy and elite, proud of his good deeds, stand confidently before God, but tragically, in his world full of self-righteousness, his arrogance distances him from God's ear. The tax collector, on the other hand, stands far off, too humble even to raise his eyes to heaven. He beat his breast and prays, "O God, be merciful to me, a sinner." It is this humble prayer, not the Pharisee list of deeds, that God listens to. It's the tax collector who goes home justified, Jesus declared. My brothers and sisters, we are living in a world where success is everything, where pride and self-reliance rule. In the 20th century, men like Nietzsche declared God is dead, pushing human power over divine. Darwin, too, spoke of life development without God's power. Cities like Chicago and New York thrive on the idea of pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps, placing their trust in one's own strength, not in God's mercy. But listen closely. Our church teaches us that pride is the deadliest of sins. It was pride that cast Lucifer from heaven, and pride that led Adam and Eve to fall in the garden. Pride whispers, I don't need God. We hear it in the world today. Society tells us that success, appearance, and achievement are the measures of our worth. We're taught to believe if I work hard enough, follow the rules, and look good, I'll learn the love and approval and be saved. But this, I did it my way kind, is a dangerous illusion, a rebellion against God's true way. Consider the Pharisee in today's gospel. He said, look at the good that I have done. But God said, I don't care for your list of deeds. God looks at our hearts. We cannot climb to heaven by our own efforts. No, there is another way. The way of the tax collector. He stands broken and humble, not with a list of accomplishments, but a plea for mercy. God, be merciful to me, a sinner. It is this humility, not self-righteousness, that touches God's heart. How many of us truly believe we need mercy? How many of us are willing to come before God with nothing but the truth of our hearts? A learned professor came to the old monk to learn about enlightenment. A monk served tea, filling the professor's cup to the brim. And when the cup was full, the monk continued to pour, spilling teas everywhere. The professor exclaimed, "Stop! The cup is full. No more will fit." The monk replied, "Like this cup, you are full of your own opinion and concepts. How can you learn unless you first empty your cup?" Like the young attorney, pretending to be busy, or the Pharisee boasting of his deeds, we often come before God filled with our own self-importance. But God cannot fill us with His mercy until we empty ourselves of pride and self-righteousness. The lesson today is simple. We need to stop pretending to be what we are not and stand before God in truth. It is better to acknowledge our faults than to pretend that we are perfect. God desires our hearts, not our perfection. Step off the treadmill of self-righteousness and stand humbly before God. In our brokenness, He makes us whole. The humble heart is the one that God feels. We don't need to prove our worth. We need to humble ourselves and admit our need for mercy. May the blessings of God rest upon you always. Amen.